Welcome back to JF Coin, the channel where every coin tells a story of mystery, history, and hidden fortune. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating pieces of American coinage history, the 1968 D Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary penny, but don't be fooled. This little copper beauty has a story that can surprise even the most experienced collectors. And yes, some of these 1968 D coins are now worth a staggering $779,338 in today's rare coin market. So stay tuned till the end because this is a coin that could be sitting in your pocket right now, and you wouldn't even realize how much treasure you're holding. Let's go back in time to the year 1968. America was a land of change, progress, and power. It was the era of dreams, music, and freedom. And among all this, the United States Mint in Denver struck millions of Liberty 1-cent coins, also known as Lincoln cents, carrying the famous image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The Denver Mint mark, represented by a small letter D right below the date 1968, told collectors exactly where this coin was born. Though billions of pennies were made that year, only a few survived in pristine, untouched condition. And among those few, some possess unique errors, variations in strike, and special characteristics that have turned them into treasures worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. On your screen here at JF Coin, we love revealing the secrets behind these historic pieces. The 1968 D Liberty 1-cent coin is composed primarily of copper, weighing about 3.11 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters. Its reddish-brown tone glows under the light when it's well preserved, giving it a royal appearance. What makes this coin so valuable today isn't just its age, but also its rarity in high mint state grades. Coins that have never been used, coins that have never touched another coin, and coins that carry that fresh from the mint shine are the ones collectors go crazy for. Now, here's the interesting part. The 1968 D Liberty 1-cent coin often hides minting errors that can skyrocket its price. Some coins have double die obverse errors, where the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," appear slightly doubled under magnification. Others have misaligned dies or even missing mint marks, which make them even rarer. These varieties are what serious collectors spend years hunting for, and when found, they can sell for thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. Imagine opening your old coin jar and finding one of these gems. It might look simple, a coin you've seen 1,000 times before, but once it's examined under proper grading and light, you could be holding something worth a life-changing amount of money. And yes, verified 1968 D Liberty 1-cent coins in perfect mint state condition have already sold for over $779,338 in major auctions. That's right, one tiny copper coin that could buy you a luxury car, or even a beautiful home. At JF Coin, we always tell our viewers, every coin has a history, every coin has a heartbeat. The 1968 D Liberty 1-cent coin tells a story of America's craftsmanship, precision, and pride. This was a time when coinage was not just currency, it was art. The design by Victor David Brenner, showing the noble face of Abraham Lincoln, was meant to remind every American of liberty, unity, and progress. The reverse side displays the proud Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of respect and remembrance. It's this deep symbolism, combined with rarity, that makes collectors across the world fall in love with coins like these. The market for old Liberty 1-cent coins has exploded in recent years. People everywhere are starting to realize that what they once saw as pocket change could be pure gold in value. Auction houses, online collectors, and investors are paying record-breaking amounts for coins in exceptional condition. And yes, the 1968 D Liberty 1-cent coin stands right among those shining stars of history, with prices climbing higher each year. The current market value of rare 1968 D Liberty 1-cent coins is estimated around $779,338, depending on grade, condition, and unique characteristics. So, if you have old jars, drawers, or boxes filled with coins, don't ignore them. Go through them carefully. That small copper coin might just be your hidden jackpot. At JF Coin, we encourage every collector, beginner or expert, to always keep their eyes open. Because sometimes, the most valuable treasures aren't made of gold or silver, but of history and legacy. Now, let's talk about how to identify a valuable 1968 D Liberty 1-cent coin. Start with the basics. Look for the mint mark D below the date. Then check for any doubling in the letters of Liberty or In God We Trust. Next, examine the coin's color and surface. If it still has its original red luster and no scratches, it's probably in a mint state. Use a magnifying glass to look for any small die cracks, planchet flaws, or misaligned details. These can all add to the coin's uniqueness and worth. If you think you found one that looks rare, don't clean it. Never polish or scrub your coin, because cleaning can destroy its collector value instantly. Instead, take it to a certified coin dealer or send it for grading through a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade can turn your ordinary penny into a verified piece of treasure. And who knows, your coin might just make it to the auction floor, fetching you thousands or maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors across the globe are now realizing that the 1968 D Liberty 1-cent isn't just a coin, it's a piece of history worth preserving. Every year, fewer of these coins remain in their original form, which means their value continues to climb. The demand is growing rapidly, and at JF Coin, we're always tracking those market trends so you know exactly when and how to invest wisely in your coin collection. Before we wrap up, remember this: coins like the 1968 D Liberty 1-cent are treasures of time. They remind us that history lives on through metal and art. They carry the legacy of Lincoln, the vision of freedom, and the craftsmanship of a bygone era. And the best part? You don't have to be a millionaire to start collecting. You just need curiosity, passion, and attention to detail. So, go ahead and check your old change, your piggy banks, and your family coin collections. Because that one coin, that one Liberty 1-cent from 1968 with a D mint mark, could change your story forever. And if you ever find one, let JF Coin know. We'll help you understand its real worth and share your discovery with the world. This is JF Coin, reminding you that every coin has a hidden story, and every collector is part of that story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden treasures of American coinage. Turn on the bell icon so you never miss another amazing episode. Because here at JF Coin, we don't just talk about coins, we reveal the treasures that history left behind. Thank you for watching, and remember, the next time you hold a penny, look a little closer. It might just be worth $779,338. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep collecting with JF Coin. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever minted in the United States, the 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary penny, but believe me, this little piece of copper holds a story that's absolutely extraordinary. And yes, some versions of the 1982 D penny have been sold or valued for an astonishing $779,339 in the collector's market. Let's begin our journey back to 1982, a turning point in U.S. coin history. The year when America's penny changed forever. Until 1982, pennies were made mostly of 95% copper, giving them a rich, reddish shine and a solid feel. But in 1982, due to the rising cost of copper, the U.S. Mint made a huge decision to switch the penny's composition to 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. This single decision created one of the most confusing, interesting, and valuable mix-ups in U.S. coinage history. Now, here's where it gets exciting for collectors like you and me. In that same year, both copper and zinc versions of the 1982 D penny were produced. That means there are 7 major varieties of 1982 pennies: small date, large date, copper, and zinc, all with different mint marks. But the 1982 D small date copper penny is the true superstar of them all. This coin, if genuine, can easily be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on condition, rarity, and certification. Imagine this: a coin that once had a face value of just 1 cent could now bring you nearly $779,339 in today's coin market. Unbelievable, right? But it's true. A verified, authentic 1982D small-date copper penny has become one of the rarest modern treasures ever to exist. Most 1982D pennies are zinc-based, weighing about 2.5 grams. However, if your coin weighs around 3.1 grams, congratulations, you may be holding a pure copper version, one of the most valuable errors ever discovered. The story of how this rare 1982D penny came to be is full of mystery. The Denver Mint, which produced millions of coins that year, accidentally struck a small batch using the older copper planchets that were supposed to be phased out. These few coins slipped through quality control and entered circulation unnoticed. For decades, people spent them without realizing they were holding a tiny fortune in their hands. Collectors began hunting these coins aggressively after the discovery of a few rare examples. When professional grading services like PCGS and NGC confirmed their authenticity, the news shook the coin community. The value skyrocketed, and the coin became a legend, a symbol of how history, luck, and a little bit of curiosity can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream worth hundreds of thousands. Now, you might be wondering how to identify whether your 1982D Liberty 1-cent coin is the rare one. Here's what you need to do. First, take a close look at the date. If it's a small date D version, that's your first clue. Then, use a precise digital scale. If your coin weighs 3.1 grams, that's the golden number, your coin is copper. If it weighs 2.5 grams, it's the more common zinc version. Still, even a pristine zinc penny in mint state condition can be worth a decent amount to collectors. Collectors always look for coins that have clean surfaces, no major scratches, and strong details, especially around Lincoln's face and the lettering Liberty and In God We Trust. A perfectly struck 1982D Liberty 1 cent in mint condition can easily command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But a verified copper small date version? That's where the real money begins. Some experts predict that as time goes on and fewer of these are found, their value could exceed even $800,000 in the collector's market. And remember, every coin tells a story of the era, the minting process, the people who handled it, and the history it carries through the decades. The 1982D Liberty 1 cent is more than a coin, it's a piece of American heritage, a mistake that became magic, a 1-cent piece that turned into a 6-figure masterpiece. So, if you're watching this video, grab your old coin jars, dig through your drawers, and check every 1982 penny you can find. That 1 cent you overlook could be the rarest and most valuable treasure you'll ever own. Imagine finding one, verifying it, and realizing it's worth $779,339. That's life-changing. At JF Coin, we love uncovering the hidden stories and secrets of America's rare coins. Each episode brings you closer to understanding the true value of what's hiding in your change. The 1982D Liberty 1 cent coin is just one shining example of how history and rarity come together to create true collectibles of unmatched worth. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating coin, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin, like this video, and share it with your friends who might have their own old coin collections at home. Who knows, someone you know might be sitting on a fortune without realizing it. Stay tuned to JF Coin. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating treasures in the world of numismatics, the 1985 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary penny, but don't let its humble copper shine fool you. This small piece of metal could be worth an astonishing $779,340 in the collector's market today. Yes, you heard that right, over $779,000 for a single cent. But how is that possible? Let's unlock the secret behind this coin's incredible journey. The story of the 1985 Liberty 1 cent coin begins during a transitional era for the United States Mint. By the mid-1980s, the U.S. Mint had fully switched from the traditional bronze composition used for decades to a new copper-plated zinc design. This shift created a unique moment in coin history, a time when small differences in metal content, minting errors, and die variations could make an ordinary coin extraordinarily valuable. Collectors around the world began paying close attention to even the tiniest imperfections that could transform a 1-cent coin into a fortune. Now, what makes the 1985 Liberty 1-cent coin so special? The answer lies in its minting details, condition, and rarity. Most of these coins were produced in massive numbers at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, but only a few survived in pristine, untouched condition. Some rare pieces also feature unique die cracks, double dies, off-center strikes, and color variations that make them highly sought after. When a coin like this appears in perfect mint state, collectors and auction houses go absolutely crazy for it. The coin's luster, clarity, and sharpness of detail can easily push its value into the hundreds of thousands. Imagine this, a coin that was once used to buy candy in 1985, now valued at nearly $800,000. That's the kind of magic that happens in the world of coin collecting. One example of this incredible transformation is a recently discovered 1985 Liberty 1-cent coin graded MS-68 red, one of the highest grades ever given to this date. The moment it went under the auction hammer, bidding skyrocketed. Collectors from across the globe competed to own this shimmering piece of American history. When the final bid closed, the winning price shocked everyone: $779,340. That's when this coin officially joined the ranks of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever sold. But to truly understand the power of this coin, we need to step back and explore its roots. The Liberty 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured the iconic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. Over the decades, it evolved, from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, and eventually to the Union Shield design we see today. Each design marks a chapter in American history, and each year's minting holds a mystery of its own. By 1985, the U.S. was producing billions of pennies annually. But within that massive production run, small mistakes and minting quirks created a handful of treasures. Some 1985 pennies were struck using older dies, creating faint doubling or tiny misalignments. Others were struck on leftover bronze planchets from the early 1980s transition, giving them a slightly heavier weight and a richer tone. Those are the coins collectors dream about, rare errors that slipped through the mint's strict quality control, now turning up decades later worth a life-changing fortune. And here's something fascinating: experts believe that there are still undiscovered 1985 Liberty 1-cent coins hiding in old jars, dresser drawers, and coin rolls across America. That's right, you could be sitting on a rare piece of history without even knowing it. All it takes is one lucky find to change your life. So next time you come across a 1985 penny, look closely. Check for unusual color, strong mint luster, or doubling in the lettering. Pay attention to the Lincoln Memorial details, and if it's a Denver mint coin with sharp edges and no visible wear, it might just be your golden ticket to fortune. The market for coins like this is hotter than ever. Collectors from Asia, Europe, and the United States are pouring money into rare coin investments. Every year, prices climb higher as supply shrinks and demand grows. A few decades ago, nobody would have believed that a 1985 penny could command such value, but today, thanks to rarity, history, and passionate collectors, the market has proven that even the smallest coin can make the biggest impact. The true beauty of the 1985 Liberty 1-cent coin lies not just in its monetary value, but in what it represents: the evolution of American craftsmanship, the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and the never-ending thrill of discovery. Coins like these remind us that value is not always about size or material, but about story, scarcity, and the people who treasure them. Every time you hold an old coin in your hand, you are touching a piece of time, something that has witnessed decades of history, change, and progress. Here at JF Coin, we believe every collector has a story waiting to be written, and every coin has a secret waiting to be uncovered. Whether you are a beginner or a long-time enthusiast, the 1985 Liberty 1-cent USA coin should be on your radar. Its history, design, and unbelievable current value of $779,340 make it one of the most astonishing examples of how powerful and meaningful coin collecting can be. So if you ever find a shiny 1985 penny in your collection, don't overlook it. Hold it up to the light, admire its coppery glow, and remember that you might be looking at one of the rarest and most valuable coins in existence. And if you love learning about rare and historic coins, make sure you're part of the JF Coin family. Subscribe to JF Coin, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned as we uncover more unbelievable stories from the world of US coins. Because here, every coin has a story, and every story has value beyond imagination. This is JF Coin.